Namaste children, welcome to Mahatma Gandhi Vidyalaya. I am Revati, I am your math teacher. Here I am going to share few words about success. Success belongs to those who believe in the power of their ideas. Patience is the key to success. Good things come to those who wait. As long as you are intended to improve, no one can stop you from success. With this thought, I am going to start today's session. Shall we start, children? Yes. In this session, we are going to recall about rules for multiplying integers, properties of multiplication of integers, and also we are going to learn about rules for dividing integers and properties of division of integers. Children, in the previous session, we have learnt about rules of multiplication of integers. What are the rules we have derived? Here, I am going to recall you now. Listen carefully. Okay. Multiplying integers. Rules. When we multiply two positive integers, their product also a positive integer. When we multiply two negative integers, their product is also a positive integer. Okay. When we multiply a positive integer and a negative integer, their product will be a negative integer. See children, if the signs are same, the product will be positive. If the signs are different, the product will be negative. If suppose there are even number of negative signs, then their product will be positive. If suppose there are odd number of negative signs, their product will be negative. For example, I'll ask you question. Plus 5 into minus 10. What is your answer? Can anybody tell me? Plus 5 into minus 10. Both the integers are of different sign. So, the answer will be negative. Multiply 5 and 10, we'll get 50. The answer is minus 50. If suppose minus 5 and minus 10, then your answer will be plus 50 because the signs are same. So that answer will be in positive. Do you understand, children? Always remember that signs are same, it is positive. Signs are different, it is negative. Now let us recall about the properties of multiplication of integers which we learnt in the previous session. Okay. Can you tell me what is the first property? It is closure property. Yes. Closure property is the first property. That is, if A and B are any two integers, then their product is also an integer. Okay. The second property is commutative property. If we change the order of the integers while multiplying, it does not alter the product. For example, A into B is equal to B into A. Now, multiplication by 0. If we multiply any integer by 0, we get the product also 0. So, this is true for all integers. Okay. Now, next, multiplicative identity. Can anybody tell me which is the multiplicative identity of integers? Can anybody? Yes. One is the multiplicative identity of integers. When we multiply any integer by 1, we get the same number as the product. It is true for all the integers. So, one is called the multiplicative identity of integers. Now, next property is associative property of multiplication of integers. For any three integers, A into B into C is equal to A into B into C is true for every integer. Okay, so associativity is true for integers. Next property is distributive property. In that first one, A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. This is the distributive property of multiplication of integers over addition. The next one is A into B minus C is equal to A into B minus A into C. This is the distributive property of multiplication of integers over subtraction. So, have you all remember these properties, children? Now we are going to learn the division of integers, its rules and the properties of division of integers in this session. Are you all ready to learn about division? Now we are going to learn about division of integers. Division is nothing but it is the inverse operation of multiplication. Inverse means opposite. Okay. Let us consider a multiplication fact 5 into 6 equal to 30. Do you know to write the division fact of this multiplication fact? Yes, you have learnt in your earlier classes. Let us write it now. Now the division fact of 5 into 6 equal to 30 is 30 divided by 6 equal to 5. This is 1. Second one is 30 divided by 5 is equal to 6. Here we have another multiplication fact, that is 120 into 3 is equal to 360. If we write the division fact for this multiplication fact, we get 360 divided by 3 is equal to 120, and another one is 360 divided by 120 is equal to 3. In both the division facts, we can observe that a positive integer divided by a positive integer is equal to a positive integer. That is, the quotient is also a positive integer. Do you agree this, children? Yes. When you divide a positive integer by a positive integer, we get a positive integer as a quotient. Children, look at the table given here. Here I have written the division facts for the given multiplication facts. Okay. Let us consider the first one. The multiplication fact is 3 into minus 7 is equal to minus 21. Corresponding division facts are minus 21 divided by 3 is equal to minus 7. And minus 21 divided by minus 7 is equal to 3. And the second multiplication fact is minus 4 into 5 is equal to minus 20. The corresponding division facts are minus 20 divided by 5 is equal to minus 4, and minus 20 divided by minus 4 is equal to 5. And the third one is minus 7 into minus 8 is equal to 56. Corresponding division facts are 56 divided by minus 7 is equal to minus 8, and 56 divided by minus 8 is equal to minus 7. From the above table, we observe that, let us consider the two division facts. Minus 21 divided by 3 is equal to minus 7, and minus 20 divided by 5 is equal to minus 4. From these two division facts, we can observe that a negative integer divided by a positive integer will give the result as negative integer. Okay, negative integer divided by a positive integer is a negative integer. Let us consider from the table another two division facts. They are 56 divided by minus 8 is equal to minus 7, and 56 divided by minus 7 is equal to minus 8. In these two division fact, we can observe that a positive integer divided by a negative integer is a negative integer. So, again I am saying a positive integer divided by a negative integer is a negative integer. Let us consider the third one. This also I have taken from the table. The division facts are minus 21 divided by minus 7 is equal to 3, and minus 20 divided by minus 4 is equal to 5. In these two division facts, I can observe that when we divide a negative integer by a negative integer, the result is a positive integer. When we divide a negative integer by a negative integer, the result is a positive integer. Now let us conclude the rules of division of integers. That is, positive divided by positive is equal to positive. Negative divided by negative is equal to positive. Positive divided by negative is equal to negative. Negative divided by positive is equal to negative. Don't forget these rules. This will help you to solve the problems. Children, remember that when we are dividing, the integers are same sign, the quotient will be positive. If the integers are different sign, the quotient will be negative. Here let us solve the following sums. We are going to evaluate the value. Okay. First one is minus 36 divided by minus 9. Both are negative integers. So our answer will be positive. So if you divide 36 by 9, you will get 4. So your answer is plus 4. Let us consider minus 36 divided by 12 divided by 3. First we have to complete the bracket operation first. If we divide minus 36 by 12, minus 3 is our answer since both the integers are of different sign. After that we have to divide it again by 3. Here also the different integers. So the answer will be minus 1. Okay. The third one is minus 49 divided by minus 49. Here both are same sign. So the answer will be positive. 49 by 49 is 1. So answer is plus 1. Now children, all of you understood the rules of multiplication and division of integers. It is very simple and easy to remember. Okay. First we have to multiply or divide the numbers normally, and then we have to count the number of negative signs. If the number of negative signs are even, then the answer will be positive. If the number of negative signs are odd, the answer will be negative. Okay. Count the number of negative signs before put the sign in the answer part. Children, now we are going to discuss about the properties of division of integers. Okay. First property is closure property. Let us consider two integers minus 8 and 4. If you divide minus 8 by 4, you will get the answer minus 2. If you consider another two integers minus 3 and minus 6, if you divide minus 3 divided by minus 6, you will get the answer plus 1 by 2. Okay, by applying the rules. Okay, here they are not, 1 by 2 is not an integer. Okay, therefore integers are not closed under division. Therefore integers are not closed under division. Next property is commutative property of integers under division. Okay, while dividing any two integers, if we change the order of the integers, it alters the result of the division. For example, minus 9 divided by 3, which will give you minus 3 as the quotient. If you divide 3 by minus 9, you will get minus 1 by 3 as the quotient. Both the answers are different. They are not same. So that integers are not commutative under division. Now division by 0. Any integer divided by 0 is meaningless. For example, 5 divided by 0 is not defined. Minus 9 divided by 0 is not defined. Therefore, 0 divided by an integer is an integer other than 0. For example, 0 divided by 6 equal to 0 and 0 divided by minus 6 equal to 0. But 0 divided by 0 is meaningless. In general, for any integer a divided by 0 is meaningless, but 0 divided by a is 0 for a not equal to 0. Next we are going to learn division by 1. Any integer divided by 1 gives the same integer as the result. For example, 13 divided by 1 gives you 13. 19 divided by 1 is equal to 19. Minus 23 divided by 1 is equal to minus 23. In general, for any integer a divided by 1 is equal to a. Now consider minus 13 divided by minus 1. Here both are negative integers, so answer will be positive. So plus 13. Next, 19 divided by minus 1 is equal to minus 9. If we consider this, when we divide any integer by minus 1, then we get a divided by minus 1 is minus a. Next, associative property of division of integers. For example, let us consider minus 18 divided by 6 divided by 3 is equal to, if you divide minus 18 by 6, you will get minus 3. If you divide this minus 3 by plus 3, you will get the answer minus 1. Next one, minus 18 divided by 6 divided by 3 is equal to minus 18 divided by 6 divided by 3 is 2. So, minus 18 divided by 2 is minus 9. Here the answers are not equal. Therefore, associative property of integers under division is not true. In general, for any three integers, a divided by b divided by c is not equal to a divided by b divided by c. So, the integers are not associative under division. Next, we are going to learn distributive property of division of integers. Example, verify that a divided by b plus c is not equal to a divided by b plus a divided by c. For a is equal to 12, b is equal to minus 4, c is equal to 2. Okay, let us substitute the values on both the sides. Let us consider the left hand side first. On the left hand side, we have now, after substituting the value, 12 divided by minus 4 plus 2. If you divide minus 4 by 2, you get minus 2. Then we have to divide 12 by minus 2. The answer is minus 6. On the right hand side, if we substitute the values, we get 12 divided by minus 4 plus 12 divided by 2. If we divide 12 by minus 4, we get the answer minus 3 plus 12 divided by 2 is plus 6. So your answer is 6 minus 3 is plus 3. Please change it here. Integers are not distributive under division. Here we conclude that integers are not distributive under division. Children, this is the time for recapitulation. Now we are going to recapitulate whatever we have learnt in this session. Okay. See here, in this chapter we have discussed about the properties of integers under addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Let us consider addition first. Under addition, closure property is true, commutative property is true, associative property is also true. Under subtraction, closure property is true, but commutative property and associative property is not true. Under multiplication, closure property is true, commutative property is true, associative property is true. Under division, closure property is not true, commutative property is not true, associative property is also not true. Distributive property of multiplication of integers over addition is true. Distributive property of multiplication of integers over subtraction is also true, but it is not applicable for multiplication and division. Children, remember that 0 is the additive identity of integers. 1 is the multiplicative identity of integers. Next, when you divide any number by 0, the division is meaningless. When you divide 0 by any number, the answer is 0 except 0 divided by 0. Okay. Next, when you multiply any number by 1, the result is the same number itself. When you multiply any number by 0, the product is 0. Okay, here these are the important properties you have to remember always in your mind. Here is your assignment, children. Copy down in your notebook. Using all the properties of division and rules of division, you try to solve the problems and you can understand the concept very well. Thank you, children.